Mr. Nell.
May it please the court, my lady, learned assessors. My lady, the panel that was appointed to act in terms of provisions of the Criminal Procedure Act provided the necessary reports.
Yes.
Those were handed to the court, my lady. We have copies of this report, so we beg leave to hand that in as exhibits at this stage. It's two reports, my lady. One is from the psychiatrists.
Yes, the one-page report.
Yes.
Yes.
We beg leave to mark that as triple P.
P.
And
yes.
as far as that report is concerned, my lady, the important portion is paragraph C, which indicates that at the time of the alleged offences, the accused did not suffer from a mental disorder or mental defect that affected his ability to distinguish between rightful or wrongful nature of his deeds, and a mental disorder or mental defect did not affect his ability to act in accordance with the said appreciation of the rightful or wrongful nature of his deeds.
Yes.
My lady, then there was also provided to us a psychologist's report by Professor Scholz.
Yes.
If that could be marked as QQQ, my lady, the important portion of that particular report in terms of a finding is contained at page 31 of the report, which reads paragraph 6.1. Mr. Pistorius did not suffer from a mental defect or mental...
Hold on. It's page?
31, my lady.
31. Yes.
Paragraph 6.1 and 6.2. 6.1, Mr. Pistorius did not suffer from a mental defect or mental illness at the time of the commission of the offence that would have rendered him criminally not responsible for the offences charged. 6.2, Mr. Pistorius was capable of appreciating the wrongfulness of his act and of acting in accordance with an appreciation of the wrongfulness of his act. My lady, in terms of the act and the court order, the panel submitted their reports, my lady. It's then, in my understanding of the procedure and the process to be followed, it's then up to the state and the defence to indicate to the court if it's accepted by us,
yes,
and
yes,
if we would want witnesses to testify on it. We had a quick discussion this morning, my lady. If the court will allow us, as far as the findings are concerned, I think we both accept the finding of the panel. There may be submissions in this regard at a stage later, if we would want the court to call any of those witnesses, or if we would want to cross-examine the witnesses. But for now, my lady, to enable the court to proceed as far as the findings of both reports are concerned, it's accepted by the state, the findings, my lady. That's a good piece.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Roux?
Thank you, my lady. I agree. It's not to say that we will not accept the rest. It's just that we need to look at it and consider it and then come back to you as soon as possible.
You also got this when? This morning?
No, we received it over the weekend, my lady.
Right. Okay.
But we need just to carefully go through it.
Yes. I understand it, but what about
and consult on it and just make sure that we're responsible in our approach.
Yes, no, I understand that.
But it's correct what the findings itself, these Section 78 findings, my lady, that's not in dispute.
Okay, so nothing is in contention? Well, I'd like to thank both counsel with the assistance that you gave in respect of this matter. Thank you very much.
As a good piece.
It's a good piece, my lady.
If I may, as Mr. Roos indicated, we're also still perusing it. The findings won't be an issue. Factual statements of the reports may be, my lady. I'm not saying will, but may be. And that is the only thing that we will take into consideration.
All right. Thank you very much. Because I also got this morning, and I haven't even looked at it. I didn't know where to look, so I decided not to touch it.
Yes, my lady.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Roo.
Thank you, my lady. I called in the next witness. It's Dr. Fassveld. May I, in the meantime, just to save time, make his report available. We formally prove it. It will be later on referred to as Exhibit RRR. 1 RRR2 and RRR3, but we have marked them accordingly.
Yes, the witness may be sworn in.
Doctor, please thank you for meeting the record.
Gerald Alexander Fassveld.
Do you have any objection in taking a prescribed oath?
No, my lady.
Do you consider a prescribed oath to be binding on your conscience?
I do, my lady.
Do you then swear that the evidence about brief shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, raise your right hand and say, so help me God.
So help me God.
Witness is sworn in, my lady.
Thank you very much. You may take a seat, sir, if you so wish.
Thank you, my lady.
My lady, there's no exception here to the order made in regard to the media publication. The witness does not wish to be televised.
Hold on, I don't get it.
So it's no exception. The defence witnesses would not be televised, and it is no exception to that.
Oh, I see.
So he has
So
an
the order
objection.
stands.
Yes, the order stands, my lady.
Yes, this witness should not be televised or his image published in
Thank
any
you,
form. Thank you.
Dr. Fassveld, you have before you a document marked as RR1 and then RR2 and RR3. Just for purpose of your evidence, let us just identify what the document is. RRR1 is your curriculum vitae, is that correct?
My lady, mine are PP.
Yours will still be PP. We have since received different documents and we had to renumber it. So you can just change the P to R. The RRR1 would be your, that is in fact your curriculum vitae.
That is so.
RRR2 is your report.
Yes, my lady.
And RRR 3.1 to 3.4 are X-rays.
That is so, my lady.
Now, can we start with your qualifications, Dr. Fassveld?
Yes. I think if we go to the section that is relevant is my professional appointments, that's section 3. And this outlines, my lady, the progress of my career in medicine, in orthopedics and medicine. And what it shows is that after I qualified, I became an orthopedic surgeon, and in 1978 I was head of the Department of Orthopedics at Baragwanath Hospital, and then became in 1987 Professor of Orthopedic Surgery at the University of the Witwatersrand, and then in 1988 head of department of the orthopedic surgery at the University of the Witwatersrand, and then went into private practice at the end of 1989, lady. And I've been in private practice since then, doing private clinical practice and impairment and disability evaluation.
I see that up to February 2011, in relation to appearances court, you have appeared 14 times, but since then, since 2011?
Yes, I've appeared many times since then.
And then, just to complete your curriculum vitae, all your other qualifications and your history and is dealt with in the document.
Yes, my lady.
And you confirm the correctness there.
Yes, my lady.
Then we go to your report as R2. Before we go to your report, Dr. Fairchild, when did the doctor-patient relationship started with Mr. Pistorius?
Milady, he was a small baby when I first saw him. He had congenital deformities affecting both of his lower limbs, and I saw him and advised his parents on how to treat him, and eventually treated him for his condition.
And is he still a patient of yours?
Yes, milady.
Now, Dr. Fairchild, if we go to your report, R2, to page 2 thereof, the present situation is that a summary of the history received from Mr. Pistorius himself.
Yes, milady. This is what I would call the medical history that Mr. Pistorius gave me.
And when was that given to you?
Well, the date of this report is the 7th of May. It was
2014.
2014.
So it was around about that time.
Around about that time, milady.
Could you then go to page 2 and just deal with that?
Milady, this is what Oscar Pistorius has told me. I can stand with my knees straight and put weight on my stump on the right side when I'm not wearing my prostheses. On the left side, I have to move the pad around to stand on it. And in brackets, the pad rolls off the end of the stump, close brackets. If I'm not concentrating, it can click, and it is extremely painful. If I put the left stump in the right position, I can stand on the left leg and put the right leg forward, but there is discomfort and insecurity. I have to bend the left knee to put weight on it. If I don't do this, the heel pad clicks out, and I can't put weight on it at all. When I'm standing, I can't stand still. I have to move the stumps around. I can't stand for long, in brackets 1 to 2 minutes. Then the weight starts hurting. On to page 3, milady. It is better on a soft surface and worse on a hard surface. My balance is better in the light. In the dark, I really struggle. At night, if I get out of bed, I hold on to things. If I'm standing and I'm pushed, I will tend to fall over. If I put sudden weight on either stump, the pad will move backwards. It clicks and it is sore. This is more sore on the left side than the right side. I struggle to carry something when I'm on my stumps because I struggle to balance. I need my arms to balance. I fall often. If I click that stump, I fall to the floor. It's like a shock of pain, and it is really painful and lasts for about 15 seconds. The pad goes back when the weight is off. When this happens, I grab the stump and squeeze it, and it gets better. I fall mostly because of the left stump, but also because of the right stump. I fall about once a week or once every 2 weeks. If I get out of bed, I can just fall down. If the bed is a different height, when I put the stump down, I can fall down. At night, I will go to the loo without prostheses, but I don't go into the house without prostheses. I can't reach for things. I can't move quickly. The dog can knock me over. In brackets, the dog has knocked me over many times. I bath rather than shower because I can't stand long. I have a bench in my shower. I can't stand and wash myself in the shower. I have slipped lots of times in the shower. If there is a small mosaic in the shower, I can't stand on it at all. When I have no prostheses on, I need to bend the left knee and put the left stump down so that the outside of the stump is in contact with the floor. I have to bend the left leg and walk with my back bent. If I walk without prostheses on a small stone or a crease in the carpet, it is painful. I can't stand on brick paving, even a small inequality or stone, and I'm in trouble. If I turn round, I shuffle. I have to be careful as the bone moves and the stump could click out. I get back pain if I stand on my artificial legs. If I stand for about an hour with my artificial legs, my low back becomes sore, and shortly after that, my stumps become sore. If I race and I have to do an interview on those prostheses, and I'm on them for more than an hour, they feel constricted and tight and throbbing. If I'm standing with my prostheses on, I have some balance if I'm pushed from the side. If I'm pushed from the front or the back, I don't have much resistance. The following, my lady, on page 7, examination findings. These are my clinical findings, my lady. His stump measured 28 centimeters long from the medial joint line to the tip of the soft tissue. That is the medial joint line of the knee, my lady. With the patella pointing forward, the stump was rotated inwards by 20 degrees on both sides. In brackets, when he walks with the prostheses on, his knees are turned out by 20 degrees on both sides. The above heel pad circumference on the right side measured 16.5 centimeters. The above heel pad circumference on the left measured 18.5 centimeters. The heel pad circumference measured 18.5 centimeters on the right side and 19.5 centimeters on the left side. The heel pads exhibited considerable mobility on both sides. On the left side, it was possible to move the heel pad from the anteromedial, that is from the front inside, to the posterolateral, that is the back on the outside, and this resulted in a snapping or clicking out of place of the soft tissue, which resulted in pain. Pressure over the distal end of the lateral side of the tibia resulted in pain on the left stump. There was a scar measuring 9.5 centimeters over the back of his right calf, above the heel pad posteriorly. There was a scar measuring 6 centimeters over the back of his calf on the left side posteriorly. There was anterior bowing of the right distal stump measuring 12 degrees. There was anterior bowing of the left distal stump measuring 12 degrees. He walked with his left knee bent, his hip externally rotated, and the stump tipped inwards, in brackets, to get the weight on the outside of the stump, close brackets. When he put weight on the left stump, the knee buckled. Because of the bent left knee, his left leg was shorter than his right. He walked with difficulty without holding on. At that time, he was on Marley towels in my consulting room. He could not walk on the industrial carpeting. When trying to stand without holding on, he had difficulty standing and was moving all the time. The biggest stride he could take, bearing weight on the left stump while holding onto something, measured 23 centimeters. While holding onto something and bearing weight on his right stump, the maximum stride he could take was 33 centimeters. The left leg actually buckled when he put weight on it. When standing or walking, he was bending his back forwards. My lady, there's a typographical error here. Standing on his stumps, he measured, this should be 1.5 meters tall.
1.56 meters, not 1.
1.56 meters.
Yeah, it's not 1.56 centimeters.
Correct. In walking stance, he measured 1.44 meters tall.
Again, centimeters, it's just delete and that's the meters.
When standing in his shoes and prosthesis, he measured 1.86 meters tall. He weighed 73 kilograms when not wearing his prostheses. It was difficult to weigh him because he was unable to stand still on the scale without holding on. He weighed 79 kilograms wearing his prostheses, fully clothed and in his shoes. He had a bruise measuring 4.4 centimeters by 3 centimeters over the lateral aspect of his right mid-thigh. At this time he said that if he stands on grouting between the tiles, this hurts his stump. My lady, we then go on to special investigations. And x-rays of his lower legs were taken on the 10th of May 2014, and the radiologist's report is enclosed. But what I would like to do at this point, my lady, is to show you the x-rays. And that is triple R 3.1. Now, this is a photographic representation of the x-rays. The original x-rays are here in court, but I thought that this would be the most appropriate way for you to visualize what I'm trying to explain, my lady. The first picture is 3.1. That is what we call a lateral view. In other words, you are looking at the side of the knee and the stump. And this is the right side, and the right, the indication with the letter R is on the front side of that stump. That's just to orientate you, my lady. Now, if you look at this picture, you can see that the stump is curved. It's not straight. There's a bend at the lower end of the stump. The second thing is that it is a very small end of the stump that is there. Now, if you look at this x-ray, my lady, the heel of the foot is visible if you've got a little bit of imagination. At the back there is a bulge, and in that bulge there is a piece of bone, and that is actually the remnant of the original heel, and that bulge at the back of the stump is the heel pad. So although the object of the original surgery was to get the heel pad completely under the stump, at this stage the heel pad is in fact behind the stump, and although there is some heel pad material under the stump, it's not complete. Then we go to 3.2. This is now what we call an anteroposterior x-ray. That means we're looking from the front. Now on this x-ray, the R is on the outside of the knee, the lateral side of the knee. Now normally there would be two bones there, my lady. There would be a tibia, that the stump is the tibia, and next to it would be the fibula. But in his case, there was no fibula because that was the condition he had. He had fibular hemimelia, which involves the tibia being absent, not present. Now, if you look at that stump, you can see that the stump curves with the curve on the inside, but the stump, the end of the stump is going to the outside, my lady. Now, I'd like you to please keep that picture, that is RR 3.2, and then look at the left one, which is RR 3.3. And if you can have the two next to each other, you'll see, now on this case, the outside of the knee joint is where the L is, and that's where the fibula would normally be. Now, if you look at that stump, you can see that the heel pad material has gone to the outside, and on the inside, the tip of the stump, the tip of the bony stump, doesn't have the protection of the heel pad material under. Terms, that would be the medial side, and then the outside would be the lateral side. So the inside of the leg would be would be where the two legs come together.
Okay. What I want you to do for me is just to show it in the picture itself, so that I should know whether I'm following properly.
Yes.
Yes.
Milady, where the L is,
Yes.
that is on the outside of the leg.
Thank you.
So the inside is on the other side.
Thank you. Yes, you may proceed.
So if we go to the final picture, which is RRR 3.4, you again see the bowing of the tibia, and again you'd see how very small the end of the stump is, milady.
Yeah. Dr. Fassfeld, in consultation, you indicated that before you get to the discussion, that you were of the view that it would greatly assist the court if you can show the stumps, demonstrate on Mr. Pistorius to the court the stumps, to show the mobility and to show the heel pad and to show what you can't always see on the X-ray photos.
Yes, milady. With your leave, I would like to actually demonstrate the situation of his stumps, milady.
Yes, please.
Lady, so I would ask just for a very short adjournment to give him an opportunity to just be appropriate. And then I would ask the court maybe not to go up, but like with the Captain McGenna with the test, also to come to a place that's maybe near the microphone, just that he can do the demonstration. It would not be possible to see from where you're sitting, if I may. It would only be a 5 minutes.
Court will adjourn.
My lady, two things. The first is that I understand there's some request for photographs, but it cannot be because this witness is protected against photos, and it's still part of the defence case because he's going to do the demonstration. So we'd just like the court to confirm
The
that
demonstration itself is also not to be photographed or filmed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My lady, may I then seek an indulgence for the court and ask the court if it's possible for the court, like in the previous case, to come down to maybe in the vicinity where the witness is so that we can do the demonstration. It's unfortunately not possible to do it over the distance.
No, it's no problem at all.
Maybe, Dr. Fassett, if I may ask you if we can move the chair forward to be closer to the microphones, please.
I'll demonstrate and then I'll tell.
Will you do that? Thank you.
Lady, what I wanted to show you, and which I will tell you to the microphone, is the instability of the soft tissues of these stuff. If you consider your own heel, you'll know that the heel is very firmly fixed to the bone. So this you can see that the soft tissue is very, very mobile. And what is happening is that because the main heel pad is at the back here, if the foot is put down in the incorrect position, the heel pad slips backwards, and he puts the weight on where there is no heel pad, and therefore that creates pain and instability, and it often causes him falling. Now, if you look at the left one, this is the one that is the most of the problem, is that the heel pad has slipped over to the outside completely. And here, I don't know if you can see, but he is actually moving because that is sore. And you can if you put the weight down incorrectly, what you do is that soft tissue snaps over the end of the bone and creates severe pain, which causes him to fall down. Now, what he's doing when he's walking, I'll just maybe give a summary then. What I've shown, my lady, is that on the right side, the soft tissue over the end of the stump is very, very mobile. And if you compare that with a normal heel pad, where the structure of the soft tissue is such that the heel pad is very firmly attached to the underlying bone. This is not the case here. So the soft tissue actually can slide out underneath the end of the bone. On the left side, if he puts the stump down straight, the soft tissue slides past the end of the bone, and that it actually snaps. You can elicit the snap, but it will cause him pain. And when that happens, he can't bear weight on the stump and he falls down. So what he's doing when he's walking, what he's doing is he bends his knee and then turns it in like that so that he can put weight here where there is heel pad underneath. So if he stands with the legs straight like that, the heel pad simply slips off and it causes him severe pain. He falls down. Lady, is there anything more you'd like to see?
Maybe unless, is that all?
That is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Milady, what I have demonstrated on the left side is that...
Doctor, if you can just wait a small second.
this was just for the record.
Small second.
Okay.
Before you go up, just quickly put his clothes on. Otherwise you have to go up. Just a short adjournment.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.